What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Casper's Kicks once again. Appreciate y'all for stopping in and checking out the channel. Now, if my voice sounds a little bit different than what it normally sounds, there's a reason for that. I went to the Astros game yesterday, went to Game 2 of the World Series. We ended up winning, so I'm glad the series is tied back up. So now we got to get back right and get things going again, and hopefully we can close out this series in Philadelphia. So I bet you're wondering why I have on a Texans jersey. So I actually I'm recording this Sunday night basically, and I just got back from the Texans game. So I was like, let me go ahead and record this video. So y'all are seeing this on October 31st, which is Halloween. So I was like, let me go ahead and do a Halloween dunk review, which I had not got the opportunity to do yet, but now I'm going to do that. And like I said, since it's Halloween, perfect time to drop the shoe. Now, I know, like I said, I went to the Texans game today, watched them get destroyed by the Titans, and not like terribly, but Derrick Henry just almost had 250 yards rushing. So I was like, since it's Halloween and the Texans play like a joke today, why not just keep on the Texans jersey? I love my team, but yeah, it was bad today. So continuing on, I'm going to do a quick daily lace-up, and really all it's going to be is just a quick summary of the Midnight Navy 4 drop that happened Saturday, and then we can go and jump into this review over the Halloween dunk. So starting off with the stock numbers for the Air Jordan 4 Midnight Navy, we have men's, grade school, little kids, and toddler. So we have men's 3.5 through men's 18, and they had a total of 68,433 pairs. So there wasn't, like, that stock is pretty good, but because we had exclusive access on pairs too, and like, you know, early pairs and everything like that, and this was, I guess, the first shoe that was dealing with the Memphis stuff. Because the 67 come out, 11-7 come out, and I guess the Canyon Purple 4s, but those had already released overseas already. So this is really the first shoe to release since everything, or this is the first shoe to release that was caught up in all the Memphis stuff. So I don't know how much these stock numbers were affected and how many pairs were taken from Memphis, but yeah. So going on to the grade school, we had a size 3.5Y to 7Y, and we had 20,407 pairs. Going to little kids, 10.5C to 3Y, and that was 3,143. And then toddler 2C to 10C, we had 5,808 pairs. So, like I said, decent amount of pairs, but it could have been more, I'm sure. We'll never know how many pairs were taken from Memphis, and just so forth and so on with that. So, I was able to take 2 dubs on sneakers, and that was on the little kids pair and on a GS pair. The men's pairs, I had a rough time trying to get men's pairs. I went in at first, and at first I got an error, which was that sold out error that we have gotten recently. And then I closed out the app, went back in and redid it, and it worked perfectly for me. The only downside was I waited for like 25 minutes pending, and then they finally told me that I took an L. I went back in, tried another size, and it was just, yeah, I was just waiting and waiting for a long time to see if I could get men's pairs, and just had no luck. So I got no men's pairs on Saturday. Even went up to my local JD to see if they did first come first serve, and they did not. They weren't on exclusive access, but they said they did a reservation. I really don't know what was going on with that, but I wasn't able to do that either. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have. And if I know I mentioned in my last video I was going to a sneaker event. I did go to Got Soul as well before I went to the Astros game, so I will post that video in the next couple of days. It's a lot to record, so I have to go through and record all this clips. So whenever I can get around to doing that, hopefully tomorrow, but if not, then I will have it Wednesday or Thursday of this week. But for those of y'all that I did see at Got Soul, it was great to see everybody there. I know I talked to, I think Hype, I can't remember the Instagram off the top of my head, but it's in the highlight reel from Got Soul. But he was, one of my YouTube subscribers was like, oh, like I recognize you from your videos. And I think that was like the first time I've had somebody actually recognize me from my videos. So it was pretty cool to do that. So if y'all ever see me at events, you know, go ahead and talk to me. I have no issues talking to people, so pretty cool. But Got Soul was pretty cool. It was a great event. Especially, it was better than what I heard about SneakerCon in Dallas. So I was excited I actually got to go to Got Soul. So that is everything I have for y'all. Let me know if y'all cop the Midnight Navy 4s on Saturday. I'm sure there will be some upcoming pairs coming out as well. I can go ahead and tell y'all what's coming out on sneakers this week because it's not a lot. The biggest thing is a Dunk High, and that is the women's Dunk High Cinnabar, and that drops on November 4th. Outside of that, that's it. That's like the big ticket item this week. I wouldn't be surprised if we get restocks this week. And I'm not going to lie, we're getting to that area of shock drop for Halloween, or not Halloween, for upcoming winter pairs. And Lost and Found Ones and Cherry 11s are the two shoes I will keep on y'all's radar for a shock drop. For the Lost and Found Ones, we're about 2 weeks away from that release. Let me make sure. Yeah, 2 weeks away from that release, or a little over 2 weeks from that release. So we're getting to that area where a potential shock drop could happen. And same with the Cherry 11s. Y'all know they shock drop those 11s early every year. So at some point in the next couple weeks, we could be getting a Cherry 11 shock drop as well. So be aware, especially when there's not a lot of things dropping on sneakers this week. Something could pop up out of nowhere. So that's just my word of advice to y'all. Just kind of be on a watchful eye. If I get word of it, of course, I will let y'all know. And this is not confirming a shock drop, but just be aware just because it could happen. So that is everything I have for y'all. So we're going to jump into this review over this Dunk Low Halloween. It's going to be quick because there's not much to it. So starting off with the box, we have a regular Nike Dunk box. So it's that all red with the white lettering in it. And going to the label, it reads Nike Dunk Low Retro PRM. And colorway on here is Iron Gray, Phantom, and Scream Green. This is a size 9 in men's. Retail price on these was $120. And they ended up coming out, I think, like last week, that they came out on like Flex and sneakers and all that. I think they were actually on sneakers the same day that the same day that the Midnight Navy 4s released. So I was able to get a pair from Foot Locker when they dropped there. So actually, we'll go to the inside of the box real quick before I forget. So just regular white paper on the inside. And then these do have the green sticker on the inside of the box as well. Alright, so moving to the shoes. So this is the Nike Dunk Low Halloween. Now we've gotten 3 Halloween dunks. We got the neck face dunks, which was the SBs. We got the grade school Halloween dunk, which was the all orange one. And then we've gotten these. And I believe these are in men and grade school. I know for sure they're in men's. But I can't confirm on grade school because I didn't try for any grade school. But yeah, so this is the Dunk Low Halloween. Pretty interesting dunk, I'm not gonna lie. I think a lot of people are gonna be thrown off by the material on this shoe because not everybody, but a lot of people don't like the cracked leather on shoes. Now starting off with the outsole, we have a greenish colored outsole, and let me see if the green is on here. Scream Green. So we have that Scream Green on the outsole. And this is that Nike Grind material that's on the outsole, so it's that recyclable material. Now, I think the only downside with this shoe that I think would have been a great touch on here was if this outsole glowed in the dark. It does not glow in the dark, so I think that would have been a great touch with this shoe. Now, moving to the midsole, we have an all-white midsole, and that wraps all the way around there. And then there you go. So, like I said, all white. Looks like white stitching in there well. So going up to the upper, we have 2 different types of material. Like I mentioned, one is that cracked leather, and then we have a smoother leather, but it isn't that what Phantom Gray or that Iron Gray that is at the upper. So give y'all a quick 360 of the upper. We'll start at the toe box. So going around the toe box here, you do see that cracked leather material, and there's just different parts on here that are cracked leather, but it goes up here, all cracked leather, around the laces here as well. Give y'all a closer look at that. And just continuing on, let me see. So yeah, it kind of stops. Look, I'm trying to get a good look at it. And we got a little bit up right here. Now the big one that does have that cracked leather on there is the swooshes, and it's pretty noticeable on the Nike swoosh. So you can see the cracked leather on that swoosh, and then on this one as well, it's a pretty noticeable hint of the cracked leather. And then just continuing on towards the back, you see more of it wrapping around here. Now, I will say compared to other shoes, it's not as cracked as we've seen. Now, I'd be curious, the more you wear these shoes, of course, they're going to crack more. So it's going to be more noticeable the more you wear the shoe. Now, continuing to the upper portion of the toe box in that smooth leather. So you have the same color gray, but it's just a smoother leather. So you have it there. And then you have it back here behind the Nike swoosh. Now, of course, you will notice there are 2 Nike swooshes on here. The one with the cracked leather there, and then you have a like darker one here, and it's like a lighter gray that's on the back of that. The two-tone swoosh is actually pretty interesting, but I think I actually like it. It's just different, that's all. But yeah, so continuing to the back, you do have Nike right there, and I believe, is that Nike? Yeah, so same way with the swoosh, you have Nike coming up the top portion here. So that says Nike right there, and you have Nike down here as well. And it's basically like a shadow. So you have the regular Nike here, and then it's portraying, like, going back like you would have a shadow there. So going to the tongue real quick. So you do have gray laces in here, and then you have Nike written out in kind of a Halloween style font. It says right there. And then that is everything on the outside of the shoe. So going to the inside, you do have a gray sock liner. You do see a green insole in there as well, which I will show y'all. They did take it out on the other shoe. Now, the production date on here is March 30th, 2022 to May 9th, 2022. So earlier this year that these shoes were made. Like I mentioned, I do have the insole. So this is what the insole looks like right here. You do have that Nike written out in that font again with the size sticker, and it is that green colorway. And that is the back of the insole as well. Alright, so go ahead and give y'all a quick 360 of the other shoe. No major differences in the two. This is what the other one looks like. You still have that two-tone swoosh on here. So the regular cracked one and then the one behind it. And it looks like, yeah, that two-tone swoosh is only on one side of the shoe. So like this one is not on this side, but it is on this side. And then this is the back of the shoe as well. Same thing on that one. And then same gray sock liner too. This one just has the insole taken out. But overall, that is everything I have with the Nike Dunk Low Halloween. Let me know how y'all are feeling about the shoe. Is this a must-cop for you? Was it a pass? Honestly, I think in my opinion, it's not a must-cop for me. It's cool to have a Halloween shoe, but at the same time, this one just, you know, it's not a major, like, I have to have the shoe for me. It's just kind of like, you know, one of those shoes that if I get it, I get it. If not, then it's no big deal. I'm on to the next shoe, especially with what all is coming out in November. Yeah, this one can kind of sit on the wayside and not take priority until I get what I want for the rest of the month of November. But like I said, let me know how y'all feel about these. Did you go for them? Did you pass on them? How y'all feeling about these? But overall, that is everything I have for this video. I should have a couple early reviews dropping this week, just waiting on shoes to get to me. But of course, y'all know when I get that shoe, I will drop those 2 videos for y'all. But as always, go and subscribe to the channel, hit that like button on notification bell so you can stay up to date when I post new content. On the road to 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so slowly but surely getting there. And then also, if you're interested to see the Texas Got Soul recap video, I will be dropping that video in the next couple days. Just stay tuned to the channel, turn on that notification bell so you can get the notification when I post that. But as always, hopefully y'all enjoy the rest of y'all's week. Enjoy y'all's Halloween. Stay safe on y'all's Halloween. And enjoy, like I said, the rest of your week. I will catch y'all in the next video. Stay safe and stay blessed, and have a good one.